Hey, buenos dias. Hello, it's Transformational Tuesday. I'm psychic medium Samantha Faye, and I promise someday my hair will be dry for Transformational Tuesday. Hello. How are you feeling? How is the time change? What is going on in your world with you? How are you? Talk to me. I am so thrilled that we made it to yet again another Tuesday. I personally had an extraordinary weekend. I was at Summit LA here in LA. Just so happened to be a couple of blocks away from my house. It could not have been a more perfect circumstance or situation. 2 days ago, I was able to see Eckhart Tolle talk, who's one of my role models. I got to see Ram Dass. Also, right after him, I got to see in all sorts of amazing speakers and people who are leading meditations and yoga and all sorts of, oh my gosh, it was such a heart-opening and healing weekend in so many ways. I'm so inspired in, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to describe. And I'm thrilled to be able to bring this information to you. Just remember, I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode so that we have all the internet right here. But really, truly, I'm definitely still integrating. I have a little like cold-like symptoms. And if you've watched me at all for a while, oftentimes after we go through an elevation, a soul level or spirit level elevation, we'll start to get what I'm experiencing right now is those flu-like symptoms, because our body is quite literally purging those cells that are vibrating at the previous frequency. And so when we start to purge them, we get these sorts of symptoms. So I took a wellness shot from Whole Foods this morning, wheatgrass, ginger, cayenne or something. Made me look like this for like an hour. It was really intense. But coming back, getting extra sleep. Let's go ahead and dive into the cards. See what they have in store for us. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of just really good information here. So as we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. All right, beautiful. Amen. Let's go ahead and bring in 1, 2. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys also something else. I've been writing this book, as you know. I've been working on this book, and before going to this event, I channeled this hypothetical circumstance to encourage people to take risks and follow their intuition. And so normally I just like explain that, and in this particular writing session, I did not stop like just for 1,500 words, which is about approximately 3 pages worth of writing. So I was writing, and I wrote about this circumstance hypothetically at a conference in New York that has blown my mind, that I went back and reread yesterday, and I feel like a certain experience happened this weekend that was very similar to that. And so I'm still kind of reeling from it, having a lot of experiences where I'm kind of elevating out of my body and then dropping back in, and elevating out of my body and dropping back in. So that's where I'm at, a little sniffly and a little bit integratey today. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for you as well. Oh, so we have, I love this, starting out with a major arcana. Hello, Nick. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Joy. Hi, Martin, Kia, Kayla, Miss Rachel, Leslie. Hello, Nikki, I saw you there too. Hello, Miss Robin. Let's start off with an epiphany today, huh? So joy through spiritual growth, being a light to others, and answers that come through meditation. What does your meditation practice look like? How often do you give yourself the time to really, truly sit in silence? And for some of you, if silence is a little bit too hard when you're starting off, go ahead and sit with a journal and just start writing. If you don't know what to write, write down, I don't know what to write. Doesn't matter, just start writing and opening that channel. That channel is gonna start releasing and allowing information to flow through you very freely. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up here is because your answers will come through meditation. So whatever you've been reeling on and not quite landing, and what you have been looking into, but you're just not quite getting it yet, give yourself some time and space to be with yourself, specifically just in meditation, not in walking outside in nature. Even nature can bring distraction sometimes. So it really depends on what your main focus is here. So really, truly giving yourself the time to be able to sit and settle through your meditation practice. Definitely, especially since you're getting this message today, whether you're watching it today or 5 months from now on my YouTube channel, or whenever it is that you're watching this message, give yourself some time today, right now, today, at least half an hour of silent meditation, minimum. I notice a huge, huge, huge difference in my life when I give myself an hour every day. Huge difference. It's like night and day. The problems I can handle, how people affect me, how I react to other people, all of the above. It's a huge difference when I'm making that time for meditation. Within this one, it's really telling you that your epiphany, your aha, your breakthrough is right there. You know it's right there. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can grasp it, but you're like almost kind of blindly reaching for the door handle. Just sit down, close your eyes, and you'll find that door handle right away, and you'll be able to realize what it is that you've been looking for. So there you are. All right, beautiful. Let's go on to our next card. The 5 of Raphael. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for new happiness. Search for the silver lining. For those of you that don't know, silver lining is my playa name. It's really a beautiful opportunity when we can see that, there's some certain things in our lives, right, that aren't always perfect. I was talking to a girlfriend recently who was getting into a new relationship, and girl talk as we do, she was focusing on some of the things that she was, not quite too keen about or looking out for, and trying to search for these things that weren't quite right. And when you search for those things, you find them. When you search for and choose to live in the silver lining, with the silver lining, you are able to receive that information. You're able to receive more of the lessons in the silver lining, and the silver lining then actually begins to expand. And you'll find that you have so much more room inside of the silver lining for you that offers you guidance, freedom, happiness, joy, that whatever it is that you're creating is created with abundance, is created with support, is created with love, is created with attention, that other people are also excited to see what it is that you are doing. So that 5 of Raphael, that everything happens for a reason. Recognizing also that with this one, the things that are falling away, let them fall away. There's no need to continue dragging anything on and on and on and on with this. Go ahead and let yourself breathe easy, with the intention that you can breathe and release. Breathe and release. Breathe and release. Everything does happen for a reason. Good, bad, ugly, right, wrong, all of it. So let it all come up to the surface so that you can find yourself, your solidarity, your freedom just a bit more easily. All right, this card, I swear, it's come up every time for the last 3 weeks. Go back and watch the last 3 Transformational Tuesdays. Haven't we gotten this one right? Time to make a decision, be clear on what you want, and take action. A need for detoxification. So this is showing me that for those of you who still have not made a decision, make a decision. The universe will conspire in your favor. This is what happens. When you sit in limbo land, nothing happens. When you sit there and you're just like, la, 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 I don't know what decision to make, so I guess I'll just wait for a sign, or I'll wait for my guides to tell me, or I'll wait for somebody in my life to just screw up so I can be like, I told you I wasn't supposed to go. So you literally just, la, 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 la. That's limbo land. That's what limbo land is. Nothing happens. So you make a decision. You start taking action. You enroll in the school that you've been wanting to go to. You enroll in the course that you've been wanting to explore. You start actually growing your business. You actually quit your job. You break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend who you recognize is not good for you and is holding you back. But for some reason, you still have this attachment to whatever it is that ends up being a weight in your life so that you can't carry on. Let's say you're even holding on to, like, you have past pain and trauma. You know that's unresolved. And you're like, yeah, we'll take care of that next week. No, sweetheart, now. Now is when you heal those wounds. Now is when you go into your shadow box of closet traumas and you release them, because that is one more day that you have to live free and clear of those traumas. You don't have to hold them back. They literally sit like stored toxic waste inside of your energetic body, inside of your physical body on a cellular level. So the energy that you carry around with you creates the molecular vibrations that actually rebirth new cells inside of your body. So you can actually grow younger. You can actually grow younger. It's all about paying attention to what sort of energy you're carrying in your body. So what you're not making a decision on probably also is linked to the reason you can't make a decision is that you either don't trust yourself, you don't trust your guides, or you have a shitty track record of not following through with yourself. That's where broken trust comes from. It's from looking back in the past and thinking, well, it didn't work out that way. But what if you look back at the past and realize that what has happened in the past that maybe you perceived as to not have worked out actually led you in the direction that you were meant to be going in. So you decided to go into that direction and you were able to clear a path that offered so much freedom for you to be able to see yourself more clearly. And when you are able to see yourself more clearly, you know exactly what you want. There's no waffling. There's no limbo land. The path is cleared. And so when you make that decision, even if you make a decision and you realize like, okay, well, you needed to go in the other direction, you still got information. You were still served in the way that you chose to go, so that you learn at the next fork of the road how to create and how to make a new decision. So whatever it is that you are waffling on right now, make a decision and take action on it. This card has showed up too many times. Too many times. So let's go for it. Let's take a look. Let's move forward. Let's go freely. Let's really step forward into our own role of abundance. Step forward into that. What does that look like for you? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we have the 9 here at the Epiphany with Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel was the first archangel that I ever met. I was going through a terrible, horrible breakup. And I was sitting on my grandmother's couch. I don't think that we had actually broken up. I was like, what do I do, right? I was not making a decision, that's for sure. So I was like, what do I do? I was sitting on my grandmother's couch and I was just praying like, somebody, something, somewhere out there, help me, right? And so Archangel Raziel actually came to me and almost like stood in front of me on the couch and was like, we've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for you to come here. We've been waiting for you to communicate with you. That night, I had the most profound dreams I've ever had in my life. I still remember them like it happened like last night. Those dreams taught me how to trust. I was riding a phoenix, and I mean, I could tell you all about these dreams, but at one point I was riding a phoenix and we're flying through the air, and I was able to kind of connect in, almost like an avatar where they jump on those flying animals. And so I was riding this phoenix, and the phoenix dove underwater, and I started panicking because I was like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe under here. And Archangel Raziel showed up and appeared under the water, and he said, do you trust? Take a deep breath. And so I took a deep breath, and turned out I could breathe underwater. That was another lesson and layer in trust. So if you're like, I want to know how I can have those dreams. Okay, well, for one, no sugar before bed. Turn your devices off before 8. Start journaling before you go to bed. Give yourself a nighttime meditation practice and ritual, and start clearing your bedtime space. Your bedtime ritual is just as much, if not more important than your morning ritual, because your bedtime ritual will actually allow you to wake up and do what you want in the morning for your morning ritual. So give that to you for you. That is your gift. That is your act of self-love, is creating that nighttime ritual. So your joy through spiritual growth and being a light to others comes from your practice, comes from you taking care of yourself, comes from you being able to elevate. Like right now I'm a little sniffly, right? I'm having these symptoms, yes, as a symptom of growth. And also this event, they had music playing until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I also stayed up way later than I usually do. My normal bedtime is 9:30. And I can feel that, right? So I don't feel like I have as much energy to be able to serve and give to you. So I'm using that as an example, as a parallel for you, that when you are taking care of yourself, you have more to give and you have more to offer, right? I know I do. And so it's a blessing for me to have the clients that I have, to have this Transformational Tuesday that I have, to be able to keep me in that line so that I can continue creating and I can continue supporting and I can continue guiding not only myself, but all of us, right, in this collective. I've been inspired and led by the people who have influenced me: Eckhart Tolle, Jack Kornfield, Ram Dass, Deepak, still getting familiar with him, but all of these people who are in our lives, right? We all have our own tribe. We all have our own people who follow. So if you are meant to be somebody who is a leader and you know that in the core of your being, start paying attention to your actions and the decisions that you're making, and know that every single thing happens for a reason. One of my favorite memes that I saw is everything happens for a reason, and sometimes that reason is that you're, that you're not paying attention, or that you're stupid. And stupid, obviously, it's a little bit more harsh than I would go for, but that you're not paying attention. It's not that cosmically these things are supposed to drop in and teach you what you're not supposed to be doing, but to pay attention to what is going on around you will prevent and also help you to create the extraordinary life that you're working towards creating, or that you deserve to live. But ultimately it comes down to your actions and what you're choosing for yourself. So create a space for epiphany. Create that. Don't just wait for an epiphany to drop in, right? Detox your space, detox your field, detox your bedtime ritual, detox your lifestyle and how it is that you're creating things. Everything happens for a reason, and it's really, come on, it's time to make a decision. Time to make a decision. If you make the wrong one, it'll lead you to the right way. It's totally okay. There's no wrong ways here. You just have to make a decision. You have to start creating a pathway so that the angels and the guides can help you and direct you. But limbo land and indecision truly is self-abuse. If you are not deciding and you are not creating, or you are not looking in a certain direction and you're waiting for things to show up for you, it doesn't matter. Start moving, and the path will show up for you. It absolutely will. Thank you, Robin. That orchid was a gift for me for my housewarming party. I love it. Thanks for noticing. All right, my sweet dear friends and loves, I'm going to rest before our Earth Angels class today, and I am going to share so much love and gratitude and appreciation for and with you. Thank you for showing up with me on this journey. And of course, grow your soul-centered business. I'd love to talk with you if you are feeling that now is the time. Maybe it's even time for you to just make a decision and have a conversation with me about the direction that you're going with your business. All right, my sweet and dear friends, I love you dearly. Thank you for being on this journey and this ride with me, and I will be talking to you very soon. All right, ciao, ciao.